Greetings, demons, and welcome to a quick look at the Gilded Elites pack. So obviously this is a bit of an older pack, just one that I hadn't purchased before, so we're going to be covering it and everything that's included within it. So let's purchase it and check everything out.
Not the leader of a cult, RabbitWithAxe.
Okay, so obviously I'm going to go through everything in the actual locker itself, going through all the details and stuff, but just to quickly run through everything that is included, we have Lustrous Luxe with her Lego style. I will of course show the Lego styles in detail as well. The Hollow Point Wings backbling, the Ideal Cutter pickaxe, the Gunslinger Calamity with Lego style, Eternal Longhorn backbling, Gunswinger pickaxe, the Goldfish outfit with Lego style, the Submariners or Submariners safe backbling, and the Spear Gun Slasher as well as a pickaxe. So let's get these equipped and we'll check them out in the locker. And starting out with Lustrous Luxe, we have a remix of a classic Chapter 1 Tier 100 skin from the Battle Pass, and yeah, I'm not the biggest Luxe fan in general. I know that's a little bit controversial. I know a lot of people do really like the outfit, though I do think that genuinely this is a better Luxe than the original. So if I just quickly, I will have to go into my archive unfortunately, check for the original Luxe, we can see the original design is a little bit bare, a little bit boring, you know, it's just regular clothing for the most part. And if we then compare to, oh boy, this is going to be difficult, because I'm going to have to switch between the different menus. But yeah, if we actually look at the two different ones, so we have Classic Luxe, and then we have Lustrous Luxe, and there's just a lot more going on with Lustrous, which I really like personally. I think that it's good that the hair and the overall look is pretty much the same there, but yeah, honestly, a much better skin than the original, even if I'm not the biggest fan of it nonetheless. But yeah, overall, very good outfit. Her backbling is the Hollow Point Wings, which are very similar to Luxe's original wings. They do have that bullet point sort of style to them, which makes a lot of sense, honestly. And yeah, overall, they match the look very well. Then when it comes to the pickaxe, we do have the Ideal Cutter, which I believe is a completely unique design, which is interesting enough on itself. It looks fine. The crystals on it are very nice with a little shine effect and everything. If we actually listen to what it sounds like for the sound effects, that is not the button I wanted to press. But wait, how do I? Why won't it let me? I'm very confused why it's not letting me swing it. It's X, right? It's not letting me swing. There we go. Very nice sound there. Just a pretty generic sound, but still, I like it. And then when it comes to, obviously, kicks are compatible. You've been able to see the kicks on her this entire time. And, yeah, they look alright. We have the Night Gerblatros on right now. That's not what they're called, but you know what I mean. If you do want to know what her boots look like normally, yeah, they're just some kind of weird looking shoes. I actually do think she looks better wearing something else over them, which, you know, it's good. Most people will have the Air Jordan 1s, so we'll just see what it looks like with that. And yeah, I don't think it necessarily matches. Obviously, the colours are wrong, but I think they do look better than her default shoes, which is kind of annoying, because obviously a lot of these shoes, a lot of these kicks are, you know, expensive and need to be paid for and everything, but I don't think it's the end of the world. But yeah, that is Lustrous Luxe. And moving on to Gunslinger Calamity, obviously another remix of a classic Chapter 1 outfit. This time, of course, being Calamity. Once again, I will have to go to my archive just to show Calamity in comparison. I do think these are a lot more similar when compared to what we have with Luxe. But yeah, I think overall they are pretty good. I need to stop clearing the search because it causes problems. Right, so here we have original, and this isn't full edit style. I'll put it to full look just for the sake of comparison. I'll also put it on the default white. So yeah, we have Calamity Classic with full, you know, effects and design and everything versus Gunslinger Calamity, and I do think in some ways this is a little bit of a downgrade. Obviously, I think the overall look is very, very nice, and as a gold-plated version of the original Calamity, I think it really does work. There is a lot changed about this design, which, while I don't think is necessarily an issue, I feel like it kind of pushes a bit too far away from the original character to be a true successor. I think if you have the original Calamity, this is a very nice extra outfit to have. If you are looking for the original Calamity, unfortunately, this is a very different look. But still, nonetheless, a very nice skin. And I think overall, I think it's a very good outfit. I like the jacket. The fact that it has all the little gold design on it and everything is really, really cool. The gold in the hair as well is a really nice touch. And overall, a very good skin, just not necessarily as good as the original, at least in my opinion. When it comes to her back bling, she has the Eternal Longhorn, which has a bit of a drift effect on the eyes, which is kind of interesting, and is essentially just a bison skull, I suppose, or a cow, well, bull skull, I suppose. I don't really know. Not really too confident in what is supposed to be a longhorn. I believe is a bison, but I'm not actually confident in that. But yeah, it's a basic back bling, but it does look quite nice. And if you are running anything that has a bit more of an undead sort of theme with like a purple or gold colour scheme, it does make a lot of sense to run it, even though it's not the most versatile of back blings, must be said. And then her pickaxe is the Gunslinger, which is, you know, a revolver attached to a stick. Let's give that a swing, if it wants to. And yeah, pretty generic sound effect. It is a pretty generic pickaxe, all being said, though I think the design of it does look pretty nice. Obviously works with the whole cowboy aesthetic that you have for Calamity, and overall a pretty good look overall. So once again, we have been seeing her with the Nike Air Jordan 1s or whatever they are. Just taking those off just to see her original boots. Yeah. They're alright. I think these are better than Luxe's. I still don't love them, but I think they work into the overall design a lot better, and they don't look as out of place, even though, obviously, one is taller than the other, which is kind of odd enough itself. Still pretty cool, though, and yeah, there we go. That is the, Gunslinger Calamity. I just tripped over my words so poorly there, but yeah, there we go. And finally, that leaves us with the Goldfish, which, of course, is a Leviathan. Is that his name? Reskin. I will double check that before we actually get to the actual skin comparison. But yeah, he looks pretty cool overall. Definitely the most Midas inspired of the three, which obviously this entire pack is very like Midas or Marigold themed. But yeah, I think the Goldfish really pushes that to its limit. And unlike with the other two, because the Goldfish doesn't actually have the same name, it's going to be a little bit more hard to show the comparison. But showing the original Leviathan, obviously, spacesuit design, I should probably equip that. Spacesuit design, pretty, you know, standard stuff per lessons. Looks pretty good, in my opinion. We also have the Slurp Leviathan variant, which is just a black version with a blue Slurp-themed globe at the top there. And then if we compare that to the Goldfish, we can see there is pretty much an entire full rework of the overall design here. There's barely anything that's actually similar between them other than the actual, you know, globe head, I suppose, with the fish inside. So overall, a very unique outfit. Obviously, I say very much inspired by that sort of suit design that you get from Midas. And I think it looks really cool. I love this little, I guess, gold tattoo on the undersleeve. Sort of, I don't know if that's supposed to be his skin or not. I guess technically it's a robot body. At least I would assume, based on it being a fish piloting it. But yeah, overall, very cool. I love the little fish on the waist as well, the little dollar sign on the wristband. A lot of very cool stuff, and obviously carrying over elements like the mustache and the, I guess, the little patch-up that's been done to kind of make him look like a good combination between Leviathan and Midas. But yeah, very nice skin. Let's move on to the back bling. And his back bling is the Submariner's Safe, or the Submariner's Safe, depends on your, you know, perspective, how it's going to be pronounced. But yeah, I think this is pretty cool. It's pretty, you know, it's very specific. I'm going to say that at the very least. It's obviously it's a safe with some air tanks, or some gold tanks in this case, and a little fish on top. I'm sure this could work with a few different skins, but honestly, beyond Meowdus, I'm not really sure how much it would really work with many other skins, but still pretty unique, pretty interesting, and overall something that you wouldn't really get from any other skin. So you've got to appreciate it in that way, even if it isn't that versatile once again. I still think it looks pretty good, and it obviously matches the overall design of the Goldfish very, very well. And then when it comes to the pickaxe, we have the Spear Gun Slasher, which is, honestly, it feels very familiar to a lot of other, especially like fish-themed pickaxes we've had in the past. I think this looks very cool. I like the overall size of it, how, you know, big the actual harpoon launcher element of it is. The fact it has a cover for the hand and stuff is very cool. The little, I don't know what you'd call them, the little rotation bits on it, which very much connect to things like submarines and stuff like that. Very, very cool there. And listening for the swing effect is relatively generic, but I still think this looks really cool, and I'm sure this will go with a lot of different outfits, regardless of if they are gold themed, regardless of if they are fish themed. I think this is something that can really be very universal, easy to like equip in a combo sort of pickaxe, and I do appreciate that a lot when it comes to stuff like this. But that just leaves us with what his regular shoes look like. Obviously, we're seeing what the Air Jordans look like right now. Taking those off, though, we can see he has some spiky big boots. I think these are the nicest of the 3 sets of shoes we have here, but yeah, nothing too special, and I think, they're inoffensive. I wouldn't feel the need to cover these up, unlike with the other 2, which I feel like kind of need, the kicks or whatever to kind of clean them up a little bit. I think this really works into the outfit design overall, and yeah, looks pretty good all in all. But that is everything from this pack, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like it, subscribe now, and to everything a bell that you never missed upload. Otherwise, comment below your thoughts and feelings on this pack, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
Look at the screen,